So I just want to touch base on this topic one more time regarding Mark Jackson, the legendary New York Knicks point guard, also former coach of the Golden State Warriors, and he was also a sports announcer along with Jeff Van Gundy. I want to talk about this because this is basically like the perfect example of you don't necessarily have to build a business from the ground up in order to be a boss. You don't have to go to, CEO school or how to build a business 101 school or watch a million different YouTube videos and try to learn all these different things. 9 times out of 10, you're going to wind up on the hamster wheel and get nowhere and be burnt out because the mind can only focus on so many things at a time. So what I recommend instead is take a note from what Mark Jackson has done. And he had help. There were people that reached out to him who already had the platform. He was brought on recently as a partner with the It Is What It Is sports podcast, also known as the Come and Talk to Me podcast. So now he's taken the same skill set, right? He hasn't gone out and learned anything new, all these additional skills. He hadn't watched a million YouTube videos or any of that. He was brought on for his existing skill set to do the same type of work, but instead of getting compensated in like a W-2 paycheck capacity, what he's doing now is he has an ownership stake in the form of stock options, and he's also getting like revenue sharing, so he gets a percentage. Basically they split a percentage of what the channel brings in for I think his segment. I don't know if it's the overall channel or his specific segment on the channel, but it's revenue sharing, right?
On change spikes, oh Lord, God with Mark Jack, y'all won't fire him no more. And no, we ain't signing, we doing partnerships or distribution. We take a small part of it.
And so basically that makes the sky's the limit. And him basically being able to get paid in a revenue sharing type of situation versus a W-2, here's your set paycheck, right? It could be significantly more upside for him. And again, he's doing the exact same type of work. He might even be able to have more input and more flexibility than what he would have had at an ESPN. It's not always about how much you get paid. A lot of the times it's also about how you get paid. If you look at a lot of these large corporations, Meta, formerly known as Facebook, Tesla, Palo Alto, Zscaler, these are cybersecurity companies. All these publicly traded companies, right? It's not just the CEO, it's the CFO, the COO, a lot of these board members and high ranking position holders. They basically get paid a lot of times in some form of equity. It's usually stock options, right? And people like Mark Zuckerberg, I don't even think he gets an actual salary anymore. If I'm not mistaken, he gets like 100% of his compensation through like stock options and stuff like that. So as the company performs and it becomes more valuable, he just becomes more and more of a billionaire. Same thing with Elon Musk. The vast majority of his wealth was built through equity ownership in the form of stocks, right? He has stocks. He has like millions of shares in Tesla. And as the company has become more valuable, as the share price has gone higher, he's become one of the richest people. So you need to take inventory of the skill sets that you have and see if there's a way that you can get paid more in an equity format instead of a W-2. Take the same skill sets that you already have and monetize them more. Take a page out of the Mark Jackson book. Inflation is not, anything that's going away anytime soon. Even if they lower the interest rates, gas is still, high $2, low $3 in most places. If you're in the West Coast, it's more than that, right? And I remember a time, where gas was less than $1. I literally remember a time like that. So even if the prices and stuff go down, they're still not going down to anywhere near where they were in like the late 90s, early 2000s. So we just got a new floor, and then prices will spike up again, then they'll come down to that new floor, then they'll spike up again, then they'll come down to that new floor. So the floor just keeps changing, right? The baseline keeps changing. costs are not going down. Cost of living is not going down. Everybody's catering to luxury this, luxury that. They want bigger margins for their products and services. So you got to find a way to level up. You got to find a way to make more money doing the same things that you already have. Sometimes, I'm not saying that it's not okay to learn new skills, but in general, more people will benefit from just adding to their existing skill sets and finding ways to better monetize their existing skill sets. So you got to do it, man. Like I said, the cost of living is not going down. So it's time to boss up, do bigger and better things, and know that you deserve better. Like believe in your mind that you deserve better and you can achieve more than what you're currently doing. Okay, so be safe out there, invest wisely, and protect the downside.